Welcome, and here we're looking at gold on the weekly chart, and I just wanted to point out that we are looking for wave 5 down through to here, and it's not right to put wave 5 just in here, of course, because of this move down here, because it's in 3 waves down here, and it's highly likely that it's a B wave. Yes, it can be down for 1, back for 2, down for 1, and back for 2, but if that was the case, we'd see a much sharper move down through here, a bit like these here, and certainly not the case. So it's highly likely that that we're in a B wave down through to here and a C wave up through to here. Of course, we've got 1300 in the way here, and that's where the real orders and supply is going to be here, so there's going to be problems there. But while we're above the 1250 here, the midpoint, the halfway between these two large numbers here, and we're supported on that, then we do need to look up, and we do need to start looking at a larger structure moving to the upside here. But we'll take it step by step. But with that in mind, this is just the daily chart here, and we've already broken through this resistance here as such through here. Well, it hasn't got support there as such, but it's getting there, and it should get support there. So we need to be looking at this perhaps in more of a positive light for a C wave further up through here. It's still just drilling in here further. Into the 4-hour chart here, we'd recognize that with this move coming up through here, this strong move up here, it made this a bullish corrective pattern, because a move up through here, taking out the low of this wave here, that should actually, it doesn't matter, but that strong move up there, concrete cements that in there as being 3 waves. So we're looking at higher ground to be had through here. Obviously, it's got resistance at group 2 here, so in the midpoint, followed by 65.72 on the 80 here. Just drilling in and looking at this particular area through here a little bit more here. We started counting 5 waves up in terms of 1, 2, 3, and this wave 4's it hasn't really overlapped here, and it has come back a long way, I grant that, but it's still in 3 waves, an A and a B and a C here, and the C wave's got 5 waves in it, so that's how it is. And while it's trading above this low here, we have to treat it as such, and also being above the 1250 here, treating it as such as well. So that being the case, we're looking for 5 waves up through to here, to the 272 here, which will play out as a strong resistance point there as well. And just going into the 5-minute chart here, we can see, just going through this corrective pattern here for just the exercise of it, because it's quite a nice ABC really. We've got this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. Then we've got the A wave here, and we can see that this is corrective here in 3 waves. So we've got the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here. So an A and a B, and then the C wave down here, and the C wave is always in 5 waves. So we've got 1, 2, 3, A, B, C for 4, and then down for 5 here, and there'll be 5 waves in here if you want to pull that apart. So it's, once this market moves up here and overlaps the lower end of this structure here, this wave 1 down, this A wave here, then that cements it in as being an A and a B and a C here, and then that means that we should be taking out this high here. So we can look at being long in gold, long as the general share market's up as well, because they're stocks after all, and they're influenced by the general sentiment as well. But it's like Newcrest, retesting $10, so to speak. But there's a few smaller stocks that are Ocean Gold, I think, is traveling quite nice. Anyway, that leaves silver in this situation as well. So while silver's above the 1900 there, we need to treat it the same as gold and pushing higher as well. But gold would be the better trade to the upside. Silver can catch up, but let's just see what the lag is first and what potential for a catch-up is. In terms of trading this, if you're hooked on it, you would need the midpoint here, 1950, as a really nice solid support there. The copper market has got a bounce off the daily trend line through here. kind of expecting it really, sitting around the sort of the 318 mark here. And look, just to keep it really sort of simple, if it finds support back on the 320 here, the pivot within group 1, 10, 20 and 30, then we've got a case for further upside here. But I just need to allow that to play out, and then we'll pick up the thread where it is, because it's at a juncture of this move being down through here being an A, B and C for the B wave here, or possible alternative strong third wave down, which would make this a wave 4 here, and then a wave 5 lower, taking out the lows here. So it's just a little juncture that we need to travel through, so a bit of patience there, but we can expect support from the materials sector for the short term. The oil, look, real simple, support on 98, minor trading level 8 here. Then you can go long here up to 100. But while it's under this level here, I'd be a little bit cautious, because especially while it's under this previous last high here, I've got a series of lower highs here, and this would need to be breached. It would need to be breached in terms of Elliott to confirm further upside there. So let's just chill out there as well. Potentially it would follow stock to the upside, and as you know, with the S&P 500, if you've been looking at the indices there, there's a possible new low to come in, and we've got that idea from the bonds market, but let's just see how all that sort of travels. We need confirmation of the turn, that's all. The grain, looking at soybean here, the grains have pushed up quite nicely. There's been some sort of bill being put to the Senate for Obama to sign. I haven't had a chance to see what that is and what the likely impact is, but the likely impact is what we're looking at here. And as you know, we were looking for a 5-wave structure up through here for soybeans, and this overhead trend line through here, I think it also travels through to the other side too, in a bigger picture, but in a larger triangle picture that we've got. So what we're looking for here is 5 waves up, and we're looking for some sort of corrective pattern here now, and the 1300 here, the closest largest number, offering support here. So yeah, let's just wait for that to unfold, and then we'll look for long trades if we do get this 3-wave counter trend, and then support here, and we'll trade to the long side, and we'll be trading up for longer term as well here, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. But if you are long now, just keep the stops under the 1272 here, and look to add on any pullbacks or support there. But we'll dive into this a bit more. But essentially, we've got our impulse wave completed, and we need to see this pullback here, because the flip side to all of this is less likely, but it's this wave here, which would be an A wave to here, a B wave to here, a C wave to here, and then failing down through here miserably. So what happens in its next phase here? Will we get ABC, or we'll get an impulse wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down through here? The first move down will both be in 5 waves, and look, it may be in 3 waves in the first move down. If that's the case, then we know we've got a bullish, and then we'll buy on all the pullbacks coming into here. So just a bit of time to look at. This is what we're looking at yesterday, as you remember, but now we've got that push up through there. So we're looking for that high there, and just looking for this particular A, B, C now through here. So anyway, a couple of sessions to sort that out. Okay, the wheat market has done the same as well. So we can pretty much call a low in here for the time being as well, or at least a move back to the 600 here. So we'd be looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 down to here. And this is how we need to, and we're talking about being long here yesterday as well, in terms of the move up. This was a little bit, this wave 4 down to wave 5 here was a little bit uncompleted, coming down through to here, However, we've got to call it in, and we did, and we've got this nice strong move up through here. So we'll be looking at that in 5 waves. There'll be weakness coming into the next session. There'll be profit taking coming in. So we'll see that pan out as a wave 4 across here and a wave 5 to the upside. So once again, if you're long here, you'll need to keep the stops under the 560 here for the time being. And it needs to be under this low here. And then if you're working with this low, then you've got to work with 560. So, but if you're not in this market, just wait, because this will come back and we'll pick it up. Corn is a market that we've been long in, and buying not quite off the low here, but well enough. So this is on the weekly here, 5-wave structure to the downside here as wave A, and we're looking for retest of 500 here, but we should see, if this is correct, then we'll see new highs or a move back up into this area through here. So a long way to go yet. Let's cruise in here. So this is the move here. First we recognize the sharp move here, and then we've always been interested in getting in, but we just wanted to get support on the 430, which we've got. So 430, 431, 432 and 433. Yesterday we wanted to add at 435, and then now we want to add at 440, and we also want to add at 450 as well. Now there'll be a larger correction across the 450. So 435, 440 here. So with this move up through here, there will be some type of corrective pattern through here. So you want to look to add after on a pullback through here. Okay, so allow it to do its thing. If it pulls back into 38, pick it up there. If it goes back up after 40, then add to it again. The other way, of course, is just adding at each point going up through here. It will get a little bit sort of top heavy, but the trend is solid in this case. And orange juice. That's good, because when I looked at it this morning, it was traveling. It was still in this move down through to here at sort of 3 or 4 this morning, so it's pushed up quite nicely now, so I'm happy with that, because yesterday we were counting this one. Well, if I can just go to a bigger picture here for a moment, not that one, a bit unorganized here. Okay, so this will do. So yes, look, we were looking at this wave 1 here back down to wave 2 here in 3 waves, and we've got this nailed in here, and then we're looking at this as going up for wave 1 and ABC back for wave 2. So wave 3 should take us up to the 150 here. So start piling in here if you're not already in here, with the stops under this last low through here. And yeah, so that should travel like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an A and a B and a C here, and then up from that point there, if we're on the right track here. So in terms of adding here, our aim was to be long above the 140. The 143 is the top of group 1, so we want to be adding there. You want to be adding on the 45 at that point, and then you just don't want to do anything from that point, because there will be a reaction from 148 here, profit taking number 8 is profit taking, and then the 150. There will be all sorts of stuff going on across here. So later on we'll get a position, we'll get one at 145. Later on we'll get one at 138 when it pulls back and checks in for that over here, and then we'll look to build on the 150 again. So we need that space between the numbers here when adding, because it can get a bit top heavy, and you need to have sort of build up the profit in there as well to cope with adding more as well, to keep it a bit of even keel, so to speak. So yeah. So look to add on the 143 here, because this is corrective here. This is in 3 waves here. This is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave in 5 here. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to here, then an A and a B and a C back, and then we'll move up again. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening.